What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from VapingWithThesis. Right, God bless it. Now, look, Hawkeye's mother truckers. Now, today we have got Skynet. Not that kind of Skynet, this kind of Skynet. They did send out two, so I will be throwing one of them into the giveaway pile for the Patreons. So with that being said, mother truckers, let's go and get up close and personal with the Augvape Skynet sub-ohm tank. Welcome to Up Close and Personal with your boy Thesis. Now real quick, today we have got the Skynet sub-ohm tank by Augvape. Now real quick, I want to give a shout out to Augvape for sending these bad boys out. I'm not paid to give these a good review. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what my opinion is going to be. I'm going to do this old school style. I'm going to test this bad bitch right here, right now, in front of y'all Ninja Kitties. And with that being said, let's go and get over the basics. This is a 24mm diameter tank, 5.1 milliliters, 3.6 milliliters with a smaller glass. Generally speaking, I always prefer a bubble tank, hence my daily vape, which being the Freemax Firelock tank. This is the Mesh Pro version, but I still rock that bubble tank right there on it. Hawkeyes. With that being said, the biggest trend in our industry right now, aside from pod systems, is of course the mesh coils. Now granted, they're not a brand new technology. As a matter of fact, they've been around for quite some time. On and off, though right now it seems like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Inside of the box, you do get the tank, you get an extra coil, you do get this extra glass. I do wish that they included the bigger glass. I don't know anybody who uses the smaller tanks that these tanks come with. The smaller glass pieces should just be replaced with another one of these, in my opinion. This is an 810 size drip tip, which is perfect for most chuff caps that people are rocking nowadays. The drip tips have gone the way of 810. You very rarely see the 510 drip tips anymore, which is kind of sad because I do like the 510s. To me, it's like a laser pointer of flavor directly on your lungs. With that being said, they do not include a 510 drip tip adapter, which is kind of shitty. I wish they did. And then of course you got yourself a secondary coil. I like to see 2 replacement coils in every pack. Let's go ahead and pop this open. I want to kind of get an idea of these threads. Oh my goodness, that is fucking silky smooth. Go and pop this out. Let's see if these coils are identical. They look to be exactly the same. 60 to 80 watts, 0.15 ohms. And then I do like the fact that you got this little line right there that says refill. Not sure if you guys can see that very well with the light, but it does say refill right at the bottom. It shows you when you should put more liquid in. That's always dope. On the bottom, designed by Augvape. This is not a round robin airflow. This does have a lock. So once you twist it this way, it stays there. And then once you twist it open, it'll stop right where it needs to be. Perfect. Pop this coil in there. I like the little knurlings that they put right around there so you can grip onto it. Swagga bam. Solid little O-rings at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and twist this on. I'm kind of curious to see how this top cap feels when you take it off. Let's see. Oh shit, that is fucking smooth. Look at that. One twist and it's off. This is the way all tanks should be, in my opinion. One twist and it's off. Now it does take a decent amount of force to initially get it loosened, but once it's loosened, it is completely loose. So that's one thing that you may want to watch out for in your pockets. I can see, yeah, I could definitely see this kind of getting loose if you drop it a couple of times, even if it's on the table, and then eventually just pop it off in your pocket. Now, if you take a look, you can see how far down this lip goes. The threads do go quite a ways down in there, so you don't want to overfill past these little kidney-shaped holes. With that being said, mother truckers, let's go ahead and find a mod and throw this bad bitch on there. Today I'm going to go ahead and use the Mini Kodama. I'm going to be rocking the Home Lifes right here. I love these batteries. If you do want the link to these batteries, they will be in the description. Positive, minus, perfection. Now it says 60 to 80 watts. It's kind of dependent upon the coil. For me, a 0.15 ohm atomizer such as the one that's in here. This is the mesh version of the sextuple coils from Freemax. This 0.15 ohms, I rock at 100 watts. That to me is where it should be most of the time. Now, not all coils are created equal. Some 0.15 ohm coils should be rocked around 70 watts, 80 watts. A good example of that would be something like the Mantis sub-ohm tank. This is a good example of something that's 0.15 ohms or close to it, but it's still only rocking 50 watts. With this, 0.15 ohms, 100 watts is perfection. Okay, mother truckers. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and grab Alter Ego Crooks. This liquid tastes exactly like its description implies. Fuck, I wish I had 2 more bottles. Huge shout out to my boy, Jai from 5150. He's the one that made this. Grab this, fill her up, let her sit momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of dabs in and on the coil. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and give this a first hit. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Whoo! Clouds for days. Flavor is on point. Here's the downfall I'm going to tell you right off the bat. I've got more than my fair share of experience with loud tanks. This one is no exception. This is kind of an annoying tank. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Oh my goodness, that flavor is exactly where it needs to be. God, that's phenomenal. Hawkeye smell the truck is in terms of flavor right now with this coil, I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid 8. The only downside thus far is the noise with this wide open. With that being said, on the truck is I'm going to give this the rest of the day, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, and I'm going to kind of assess it from there. I'm going to vape on this the rest of the day, and I'm going to see if there's a loss in flavor just with using the coil alone at around 100 watts. Anywhere between 68 and 100 watts, something like that. I know it recommends 80, but we'll kind of push it to the limit. We'll kind of see what happens. Now, with that being said, let's go and get back to regular view, son. My final summation is this. The Augvape Skynet sub-ohm tank, in my humble opinion, is a solid tank. Here's the thing, is I kind of feel like they rushed through it a little bit. It doesn't feel quite as robust as, say, something like the Advocate Manta, fuck, I always forget that name. The Manta sub-ohm version. But here's the thing, though, is I would also say that the flavor on this is a little bit, it might be a little bit superior to the Manta RTA. Not RTA, the Manta sub-ohm tank. So there's a little bit of flavor loss around 100 watts, and you always want to keep that peak flavor. 90 watts for me was kind of the peak. Now, peep game, watch these clouds quick. Whoa! This fucking tank, this tank reminds me of when I first discovered, not sub-ohming, when I first discovered the amount of flavor you could potentially have with the cloud tank. Because this isn't necessarily a cloud tank, but this is generating some insane clouds as well as some insane flavor. Now, there are other flavor tanks and all other flavor sub-ohm tanks out there. I kind of feel like Augvape just introduced this to kind of compete with the rest of the mesh tanks. Now, with that being said, are these coils solid? I do feel like they took a fair amount of time on building these coils, on making these coils, on designing these coils. These coils are simply awesome. Period, plain simple. They're not perfect. I do feel like they're, especially once they get a little bit weird at 100 watts or just a little bit above that, because then it started to feel like I could taste the cotton. Y'all don't know it, but I just sneezed so fucking hard. What were we getting at? Oh, yes. Now, in terms of the positives, I'm not trying to say I told you so, but several months back, when it was a year back, not several, it was about a year ago, I said the industry will move towards bubble tanks. Period, plain and simple, because it's a lot more logical, it's pragmatic, it's practical, you don't have to fill as often. Bitch, it's okay, smooth the truck is. Now, some of the positives, my favorite part was filling this tank. Filling it was so fucking easy. Look at that. One twist and it's on. One twist and it's off. Can you ask for anything easier? I don't think so. I fucking hate slide off tanks. When the cap on the top slides off, that shit always opens up in my pocket, and then of course I get leaked on. Fucking gross. The capacity, phenomenal. 5.1 milliliters, exactly where I want it to be. The airflow is super airy, but it gets super annoying when the fucking holes are open. Take a little bit more time with the design and make sure the airflow is as quiet as possible whilst maintaining a solid amount of it. Does that make sense? It's not a hard concept. You feel me? Bitch, it's okay. Smooth the truck is now on Thesis' finger of comparability scale. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a solid 7.8. Now, earlier, I said I'm going to give it the flavor an 8. That's 100% true. The flavor on this is actually worthy, in my opinion, of more than an 8, probably 8.4, 8.5. The design of it is super solid. It's that throughout the day, I realized how fucking annoying the airflow was. The airflow for me, the sound of a tank. Also, I'm super sensitive to sound. So, I mean, that's just me. That's just my opinion. The sound of the tank itself is not, it's not a pretty sound. Let's go and listen to it. You can easily get a tank of this size and of this caliber to not make that much noise. God, that thing is noisy. Bitch, it's okay. Smell the truck is now. With that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate y'all for vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. I'm out.